Notice. But the overriding concern for the government must be the threatened strike by prison officers. The only other time there's been a strike here was in August 1983, and the government crushed that by declaring a state of emergency. With an election coming up, a similar move might appeal to Mr Cain as a handy little vote catcher. But the union says it's ready to combat this by declaring rolling strikes at short notice.
What else?
Basically the cell we've got only two.
Jeff, can you tell us please what happened this morning when you went in here?
Yes, I arranged for an independent medical opinion to be taken of Greg Brazel this morning, and we went into H Division together and examined him there. He's been steadily deteriorating. He's speaking very slowly, his skin's very dehydrated.
Jeff, can you explain to us what happened this morning?
Yes, I went in and saw Greg Brazel this morning with an independent medical practitioner, and Greg's been steadily deteriorating. He's in a dehydration phase at the moment. We expect he will have to be hospitalised on Monday, and the doctor expects that he's going to suffer mental problems from then on, and he could suffer delusions and things like that.
Okay. Greg, what happened this morning when an independent doctor went in to see Greg Brazel?
I'm Jeff.
Oh, what am I saying? Jeff, what happened when you took an independent doctor in to see Greg Brazel this morning?
Well, Greg's been steadily deteriorating. He's speaking very slowly. He's in a dehydration period at the moment. He will have to be hospitalised on Monday. The doctor expects that he's going to suffer severe mental and physical problems.
Rolling.
But the overriding concern for the government must be the threatened strike by prison officers. The only other time prison officers have gone on strike was in August 1983, and the Cain government crushed that by declaring a state of emergency. With an election coming up, a little tough action on a union like this might appeal to Mr Cain as a handy little vote catcher. But the union says it's ready to combat this by calling rolling strikes at short notice. But the overriding concern for the government must be the threatened strike by prison officers. The only other time prison officers here have been on strike was in August 1983, and the Cain government crushed that by declaring a state of emergency. A little tough action on this sort of union might appeal to Mr Cain. Oh, in fact, no. But the overriding concern for the government must be the threatened strike by prison officers. The only other time the prison officers here have been on strike was in August 1983, and the government crushed that by declaring a state of emergency. With an election coming up, similar sort of move might appeal to Mr Cain as a handy little vote catcher. But according to the union, they're ready to combat this by declaring rolling.
Last win in the William Reid Stakes at Moonee Valley was achieved in very easy style. He's a real class galloper. His record of 20 wins The Bob Hoisted-trained River Rough takes another step towards the Newmarket handicap when he contests the Lightning Stakes here at Flemington tomorrow. And judging him on his last win at Moonee Valley, he looks a star bet. First up in the William Reid Stakes, he trounced the opposition, winning well, and he should be a fitter racehorse tomorrow. He's well suited at weight for age. His record of over $250,000 in prize money from only 8 wins in 20 starts is outstanding, and he looks the star bet. There's nothing there that can beat him. River Rough, a special in the Lightning tomorrow. Checking the daily double, I like the numbers here of 1 and 4 into 1 and 3. The extra is 1 and 3 into 1 and 9. And for the quadrella, 1131. The Bob Hoisted-trained River Rough takes another step towards the Newmarket handicap when he runs in the Lightning Stakes here at Flemington tomorrow. And judging him on his recent efforts, he looks the outstanding bet of the day. His first up win in the William Reid Stakes was achieved in very easy style. He's well suited at the weight for age. He comes in very well at the weights. With his record of prize money of over $250,000, 20 starts for 8 wins, he looks just too good for them tomorrow and looks the one. River Rough, a special in the 4th. Looking to the daily double, and it's the numbers here of